What is up, good people? Welcome back to the Fuel Yourself audiocast. I am your host, Shawana Mays, certified life and wellness coach who guides women who are 40 plus from being stuck to becoming unstoppable when it comes to their goals, helping them trash chronic quitting and unlock unstoppable follow through while enjoying life in the process. So, listen, y'all. I just cannot get away from teaching you this work because it comes up in my everyday life now. So lately, I've been having a lot of one to one meetings with both men and women in business as a result of me attending like these networking events. Now, let me say this, I do not particularly enjoy going to networking events. Like, I just always feel like really awkward when I'm at a networking event. And I'm still working through that, okay? But I can say like that there was this one networking event that I did, like I 100% enjoyed it. It was like a speed networking event. And the reason why I loved it was because it forced you to like talk to as many people as possible and not stay in one place. Because what happens for me is once I start engaging with someone at a networking event, I just kind of like stay in that little bubble. I don't move around. I don't know. There's just a whole lot of thoughts that happen in my brain, which causes me to stay in a small circle. But at this speed networking event, it was like it was chop chop time. It's like you had to move from one person to the next, right? And it was pretty fun, right? Just getting to learn about people very quickly. But other than that, networking events are like just not enjoyable to me. I mean, I guess I could look at it like I do meet people, I do get business cards, and I can schedule one-on-ones from that. So but yeah, so I would much rather like get to know people and what they do, like just in a more relaxed setting. It just feels good to me. But anyway, these one-on-one meetings that I have been attending lately, they just really have been a gift to my soul. Like I truly do love hearing about, people and what they do in business and ultimately in their personal lives. Of course, if they're willing and open to sharing both, sometimes they do. And there's one question that I love to ask, and it's the question like, what thought did you think that made you start your business? This is such a powerful question, right? And I ask this question a lot. And when I don't ask it, it's because it's offered up in some form from the person I'm speaking to. And I can catch it and I start smiling when I hear it. And the reason why I smile is because I know that they're living in the concept that I always talk about. Your thoughts create your results, meaning they had a thought about starting the business that they created and they continue to take the action to start the business and get it to where it is now. Now, they didn't have just like one thought, they had many thoughts that kept them taking action. So, boom, that's how stuff in the world is created by humans through their thoughts, the good stuff and the not so good stuff. Now, I've told you before, I'm going to find a million and one ways for you to understand the concept your thoughts create your results. Because when you can fully step into the belief of that, then you'll be able to understand how you have created your life up until now and how you can now start to create a new and different experience of life if that is something that you want to do. This concept shows you how you have so much control in doing so. So I remember my coach sharing this concept with me, and immediately I saw how it was true and how it showed up in my own life, whether it was good results I created or not so good results I created. I was able to do the work to trace myself back to the thought or thoughts that created my past results and the results that I'm currently living in all areas of my life. Like that was the most eye-opening moment of my life. And it changed everything in April 2023 when I finally announced that I was officially in business as a holistic life and wellness coach. Now, let me share this with you, okay? Because this part is important. I received my coach certification from Legacy Holistic Health Institute in November of 2020. And I sat on that certification for 2.5 years because I carried the thought with me that no one was going to take me seriously as a life and wellness coach. And I had a ton of reasons why I thought that thought, and I'll share some of those reasons with you. My life didn't look like success because I was living in an apartment. I work a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. job at Trader Joe's. Like, who's going to take me seriously? I've had too many ups and downs in my life. I'm twice divorced. I'm recovering from filing bankruptcy and so many more thoughts. Like, I could literally go on and on and on, but for the sake of this audio cast, I will not. You get the point. Listen, I had all of those negative thoughts in my head that kept me feeling defeated. Now, they were repeating every single day, obviously, for 2.5 years, right? Had me taking no action to announce my coaching business to serve clients, which led to the result of being paralyzed and kept me from getting clients to serve for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Do you hear me? That was time wasted because of my thoughts. I created my own BS. Me, not anyone else, not the world, but my own brain. So, January 2023 was a turning point for me. I just decided to stop being a coach in the health and fitness network marketing space. And that was after a little over 8 years because it was just no longer aligning with how I knew that I could help women on a much deeper level. And I started focusing on marketing my business as a life and wellness coach. Now, I wasn't actively marketing, but my brain and my body knew that that was the path that I wanted to take. So, one of my classmates that received her certification the same time I did told me about my now coach, Stacey Damon's podcast. Now, that was the second time that this name was mentioned to me because one of my other classmates had mentioned Stacey Damon's name about a year prior to that. So I started listening to the podcast faithfully because I didn't believe that it was a coincidence that that this was like the second time that I heard Stacey's name. So listen, Stacey's podcast resonated with me so well. I mean, from inception, that I was like over consuming episode after episode. Like her podcast had me taking walks out in the cold in the winter, y'all. That was powerful because I hate the cold. I literally started from podcast number one to, I believe at the time she had a little over like 200 episodes. This podcast really had me starting to believe in my value as a coach, the expertise that I have to serve women, and my product that I could deliver to help on that deeper level that I wanted to help on. So, throughout this process of listening to this podcast, like my thoughts really started to shift to like more empowering thoughts. And I'll share some of them with you here. Women want what my coaching program offers. There are women out there who are ready to change now. Women want to know more about why they don't follow through to reach their goals. Women want to work with me. Women take my business seriously. I take my business seriously. Women are willing to pay $1,300 for their transformation and to have the skill of follow through for the rest of their lives. When women understand the value of building the skill of follow through, women will find the money. I am a great coach and teacher with the skills, knowledge, and tools that I have right now. So I want you to just notice my new thoughts. I transitioned from the victim mentality, like just thinking about myself, to the service mentality, thinking about the women who are currently where I used to be and want the help. I worked on believing those thoughts and made my announcement on my social media spaces that I was officially open for business. That was April 2023. Every day I worked on building the belief of those new thoughts. And I marketed my coaching business faithfully. And I even started offering like free 6-week coaching packages. So in January of 2024, I got my first paid coaching client who happily paid me for my 6-month coaching program. at $2,600. Notice how my thoughts created my new results. Do you see that? I wasn't even concerned about how long it would take. All I knew was that it was going to happen. That's why this work is so important to me. That's why I want to help as many women as I can understand this concept. Your thoughts create your results. Because the more you can step into like new thoughts and beliefs, the better you'll feel, which will inspire you into action versus inaction, which will have you creating your results. Oh, and this is just a side note. Like, I learned from all the clients that I've coached and that I am coaching that the reason they connected with me is because of how I have been consistent and disciplined in showing it for myself since August of 2014. Like, yeah, most of them have been following me for that long or got connected with me somewhere in between that time. So notice how they cared nothing about those negative thoughts that I had in my head. They just wanted me to teach them like how to release the habit of chronic quitting and learn how to follow through in the way that I had built the habit for myself. Like such freaking good stuff. So here's the deal. I want you to think about everything in this world that was made and produced by humans. Think about it in terms of how much we have evolved in this world, like from dirt roads to paved streets, from horse and buggy to cars, from no electricity to electricity, from no cell phones to cell phones. I think you kind of get where I'm going with this, right? So I want you to take a look at everything in your home right now. Just look at it. Take a look at each plant stand, every cup in your cabinet, every picture frame, table, bed, shoe rack, bookcase, electric fireplace. A human had a thought. What I would imagine drew up a blueprint, got materials to put it together, produced a tangible product, and now you have access to it. Their thought created the result of everything you see today. So when you take a look at your life and you see exactly where you are now, you, sis, created all the things that you could control, the good and the not so good, all from your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. That thought, feeling, action cycle created results. That's the biggest thing to be aware of. Once you are onto yourself about how you think on a daily basis, you have the power to change the rest of your life and live it in the way that you want to and not be at the effect of it, but actively participating in creating it. This is everything. This is it. This. And if you want to go deeper with this work, I will help you create a whole new self identity by teaching you how to walk through the process to become that woman who follows through and creates any result no matter what. So let's do it. You can book a free life and wellness consultation with me through my website at www.royalrenewal.info. And if you ever need clarity on anything that I share on these audio casts, because I do like to keep them short and sweet, feel free to email me at info@rippedroyaltywellness.com, or you can message me on Instagram at your_holistic health coach. For now, I am wishing you a whole lot of peace, a whole lot of ease, and a whole lot of love. And I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.